Tonight on this episode of Let's Have the Conversation, husband kidnapped, the jab and the FDA, and rushing children to the grave. These topics and many, many more tonight on this episode of Let's Have the Conversation. And folks, don't forget, we have sponsorship slots. Want to promote your business? Want to promote your products? Hit us up on Instagram at the Let's Have the Conversation page. DM us. Get ready to have some fun, folks. Here we go.
Round table full of melanites. Cause nobody gon' shine, I don't need the ice. It's real tough. Yeah. Speaking on the times, cause my people need to see. Third eye blind, know they lying through their teeth. They tryna loop the time, tryna keep us in a sleep. But you know we gotta rise like the steam in the heat. Quantum physics to a beat. How time zones lead. It matters just the data that your brain gon' see. Alchemy, your master, all that photon light. Avatar, the body, just the temple, do you see? The deities surround me, I feel the please. Breathe deep, I push chi like Bruce Lee. Yo, it's Dragon Ball Z. I Super Saiyan 3, and we finna walk 'em down. Any town, any street. New world on horizon, I can see the silver lining. Cause the sun gon' shine, then we all keep shining. Mighty Lion can heal the pain, you know his name. But they stand on the same old thing. They playing, well let's talk about it. Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D and me, you gon' see it's rise. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
I don't wanna hear that he say, that she say. You listening to parasites on replay. They tap into my phone to listen like we on three-way. It's tap into your aura, feel the energy like heat waves. Let's talk about it. Who you praying to? When it starts to lose your mind, who is saving you? If you're moving through the time, what's the energy that's moving you? I wanna have the conversation. We always dropping gems back and forth, like great debating. We making our own way, our own land, our own pavement. Just suiting up the spaceship. I like to wake up with the sun. Say my daily mantra, speaking crypto, speaking tongues. Tell them what I'm after, we the one and get it done. I feel my enemies around me. 7 deadly sins, they tryna trap and keep me bounded. I'm not staying around, I get my people, then I'm outie. Yeah.
Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D and me, you gon'
Greetings, and and welcome to another episode of Let's Have the Conversation. Hey, y'all. Greetings, committee. I hope you all are doing well. We've missed you as always. Hey, y'all. At any rate, I want to just give it over to Miss Governess because she says she has some things to say this evening, y'all.
Okay, so before we get started with our beautiful show tonight, I had an interesting conversation. So I used to be cool with this Genome, and she called me today out the blue. First she called, she was playing on my phone, and she's like, I'm a psychic and all this other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, and so then she started laughing and she said her name or whatever. And so we're talking, and I'm like, oh, it's been like 6 years since I've talked to her. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on, And so then she says, I haven't talked to you in 6 years because I was really pissed at you. And I was like, oh, well, what happened? And she looked at Aubrey, bitch, get over there. I said, well, what happened? And she says that I had posted something on her Facebook, and she described what it was. And I was like, but it was a joke, you know what I mean? But I was like, well, damn. It was a lesson for me, because what may be comical to you may show someone something about themselves in a different way that maybe they were not prepared to stand in front of or witness. What may be funny to you, no matter whether it was true or not, can be very, very hurtful to someone else. And so for me, it was a lesson, a few lessons, because it could have went another way. I did not just take it as her being a genome, and I was in a soft and quiet moment, because I was, but I took it as a growing period via Yehuda that showed me something. And I said, listen, that was never my intention. The lady, she posts funny videos, and I just, I thought it was funny. She said everybody I knew saw it, and it was embarrassing. And I said, well, that was never my intention, so just let me apologize, because that wasn't my intention to do that. And I'm sorry you sat in there for 6 years. You know what I mean? So, and I know her. I've been knowing her since I was 17 years old. So it was like, huh. And I thought to myself, child, that could have went another way, Quatita. Cause listen, and then when it was over, we hung up the phone. She actually was just sending me pictures of us back in there. I said, child, well, I was looking like a dyke. Anyway, I had on a flannel and shit. I said, what the fuck? Bitch, what was you going through at 18? But it's like, what? And so I was like, dang, Yehuda said, you don't remember that they called you and told you she was pissed about that? Why did you act like you didn't know that? I said, you know what? I had really forgot Yehuda until she really got into it. And I hung up and I thought to myself, didn't they tell you that? So when he said it to me, I was like, well, but that was a growing period. So all I wanted to say was be mindful, because what may be funny to you may be hella hurtful to someone else. So,
Do you find that because it was a genome,
it's,
did you find that hard to have to apologize and humble yourself in that manner?
you know what? I had already registered that I was inside of a soft and quiet moment.
Hmm.
And then I took that out of it and
Hmm.
saw her as a woman that was embarrassed,
Hmm.
because I just had to have this moment with someone else that was a Melanite. Whether I
Okay.
thought I was in the wrong or not, I'm
Hmm.
apologizing for you being hurt by what I did. You know what I mean? Whether I feel like I was
Absolutely.
right or not, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm just apologizing because um, I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And feel like they were in the
Hmm.
right when I'm telling you, hey, this hurt me or this was embarrassing. And I didn't even
Hmm.
know I was blocked. She was like, you've been blocked for 6 years. Oh. I didn't know I was blocked. And then she was like, I'm just so happy like you made something of your life. Like, "Well, yes, I did. I'm known around the world.
Right.
Gratitude.
No, and the reason why I asked you that is because I want to make a point, and the point is this: we all know how you feel about genomes, and my point is this: even though you feel the way you feel about genomes, you still followed the spirit when it was time to apologize. Even though we all know how you feel about them, you know what I'm saying? But I
Mhm.
just want to point that out as you practice what the fuck you preach. That's all I want to say.
Yes. You would have tested me because after he said, if she was Melanite, would you have apologized or did you apologize because she was a genome? I said, hold up. I just had to apologize to
Mm,
you recently, whether I thought I was
right,
wrong or not. I apologized,
right,
and then I
right.
came on the live and I even apologized again. He said, "Good for you, you're growing." So
Absolutely. Come on, Leak Leak.
maybe I'll get my pussy ate soon.
Good.
Let's hope alive.
I don't even know if I can talk right now, Evident.
Come on, leak
Listen,
leak.
so whose timeline did she go down and see her good old time friend? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna make it messy because this is a beautiful moment.
Yeah, she
But
was
I
on
give
somebody. She
gratitude.
was on a phone with somebody else that knows me, and she said she asked, "Well, how is Quartita doing?" And she said
Mm.
she's a psychic.
So I didn't want to make it messy, but I just had to throw my 2 cents in. The apology is not really for her though, right? I mean, it is. She can use it for what she chooses,
It was a
but
growing
when you
period for myself.
for you, Ashe, because when we make it
Yeah.
about anyone outside of self, it takes away the power in that moment. You're doing what you are called to do because it's the right thing to do, regardless of who is on the other end of that. This is not for anybody but me. This is a moment for me to have a growing pain, a growing period, and realize that this is an action that I'm taking for my evolution, for me to evolve into my even more graceful than I already am and grander self. I love you, friend. Ashe to all of it. Gratitude to you for coming on and sharing it
Gratitude.
also. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I'm proud of you. I've been with you, rocking with you for a minute,
Gratitude.
and that's definitely growth.
Um,
Definitely growth. Good for you.
so while
Good
we
for
play
you.
the game, I'm gonna get this stuff into the banners because I didn't get to do that.
Okay.
I wasn't
Okay.
gonna come on. I was just going to hang back and let somebody else do this tonight because honestly I have no energy. But mm,
Well,
I'm
I'm
here,
I'm glad I'm
so I'm
glad you
gonna hang
fought
back.
through it. Definitely glad you fought through it. Absolutely. Gratitude. Come on, Jose, take it away, baby boy.
All right, I got a game for us, and how we're all gonna play is we all just pitch in and see, and I'm gonna ask questions. I have an icebreaker, Aubrey has deep, and then I also have deeper. So let's get into it. For the icebreaker, okay, it is what fun or clever usernames have you created? We can go around everybody. So for me, I'll start. I will go with my TikTok handle, which is sniff my cologne, but it looks like colon. So technically it's like sniff this shit. I think that's so clever. I really do. Like that really just gets me going. It just makes me go. Okay, I'm gonna let somebody else go.
I have
Look,
one.
come on,
Oh,
Charmy. No, no,
okay.
come on.
So mine is it's my smoking my 420 smoking page. It's Karma Wants to Smoke because obviously I don't know if you guys know me outside of this. I'm charming Karma, so it's Karma Wants to Smoke. Love it.
Okay, so I was a fat kid, and so I took my fat kid nickname, and yeah, I made it into an email, and that is Got Snacks. Yeah, because my nickname was Snacks. I was the fat kid. I was like, you would look at me 1 minute, and I wouldn't have no snacks, and then you would turn around and look at me again, and I got like a bag of chips or Snickers, and you trying to figure out where the fuck did it come from. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm just gonna say that I was lame as fuck. Okay. It was always Aubrey.Williams, my generic ass. Okay. It's like, girl, I didn't have all of those additional things until, girl, it was like, zodiac signs, Aries, 14, or, something like that. But girl, I was lame, okay? Did not really get into the whole remixing things because, child, Aubrey.Williams was everything that I needed in the moment, okay? So that's it.
Go ahead,
come
Shay.
on.
I'm gonna say I'm with Aubrey. Listen, I had to keep my stuff simple. My memory is like this. I ain't no this that. Got this many fingers, this many nothing. I needed something I can remember. So mine was just like I kept it at my name, something simple, blase blase. I don't need all that. But that's pretty much it for me as well.
Come on, Leak.
I've always been Malika Music. That's real lame. I have always been the most creative. I would have to say back in like ding 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 AIM days, AOL Messenger. You've got mail days was Miss Bashy 22. Like I was either Miss Bashy or Miss Bashment 22, but then it was always Malika. My most creative is Grand Rising, and that's Rising with a 5. Follow me on Instagram. Gratitude.
Baby, you better plug. I ain't mad at you.
You want me to go next, Jose?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
shit.
go
What like
real
No,
quick.
no, I
I'm gonna
forgot my bad.
jump
Sorry.
in. Um, I don't know. I've always just been queen. When I was queen, I was the red-headed queen for a long time. Like whatever I was feeling at that moment is the queen that I was. And then I realized it meant that I was sucking dick, and I was like, no.
Not sucking dick. Wait a minute.
No prostitute, low life woman prostitute.
Oh my
That's the job of a
goodness.
prostitute. fucking.
You should have just used Malika.
And I.
Wait.
That does not mean that was
She knows what
yours.
to do.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Malika.
Y'all are a mess. Come on, Obs.
Okay. I'm shuffling the cards.
I can't with you.
Okay, let's see here right now. What is the weirdest date you've ever been on?
That's a good one.
Oh,
The
y'all want me to go
weirdest date.
first? Is that what we doing? Okay.
Yeah. Go and set the example, Mama. Oh.
I'm trying to think because the weirdest date, like I haven't had like a weird date because I just haven't had a weird date. Every day kind of went like cool, and then I would kind of be like, I really wasn't feeling him. Like more so of it, it would be more so if the person was like too boring. You know, like if you sitting there, you talking, and they just looking at you like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't had anything like weird or like strange to happen. Like everybody was very, very kind of like respectful, I would say for sure. I haven't had anything that was like overbearing, like, oh my goodness, that was weird. I would never talk to him ever again. Like everybody, what you have? But like
Yeah.
I don't know, like I haven't had that experience.
Mm.
Okay, listen, do not want it to happen. So I don't even want to speak that up. But okay, you know, I
I
never had anything happen.
the only one the only one that pops up to my mind at right now, I was with this one dude and we was out, not in our part of the town where we could be ourselves per se. But when we got to that part of the town and I was like, okay, we're here, let's, hold hands, let's be, affectionate. Oh, now that we over here, now you want to hold hands and now you want to be. That was weird as fuck. Needless to say that didn't go nowhere. But it was just like, well, why wouldn't we? Because we can't. I mean, anywho, who's next?
I will say I have a different type of weird date. It was a genuinely good date until he wanted to come home with me. And I seen how his mannerisms switched. And that was weird for me because it was like, damn, you seem like such a good person when we were out. And then we get here, you're not letting me in. I don't understand why you won't let me in. You won't let me in. And I felt that was weird. But I'm not going to be like Carmen and say I didn't end up talking to him. I did talk to him, and then I played the scenario differently the other way around. I decided to be his karma. And
Can I just ask a question? When you say "let me in," what do you mean?
oh, he wanted to come home. He wanted to come lay it down. Oh, lay it down. That's why I said, I'm going to be your karma. We're going to do this my way now. Now you're going to see how it feels. Now I'm going to show you.
I got you. Come on, Charms.
I'm not gonna lie. I tried to run it back in my mind, and I don't know. I've been royal for quite some time, and I was in college, so I had a lot of weird experiences in college. But like, I feel like nothing that really stood out that I could think of in terms of date. So I'm just gonna say I don't know. I don't think I have one.
Okay.
It's on you, Jazz.
Yeah, I ain't never had nothing weird or anything like that. Probably somebody being ungrateful, but weird. Probably not. Just ungrateful. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Come on, governess. Oh, okay, Malika. My bad. No. Come on, Malika. I didn't see you over there. My bad, baby.
Everybody's like up there. Come on, you next.
Yeah, I know.
I
Right, I
wanted to
know.
go first. I gotta say, weird. I guess for some, I don't know. It's either trauma or overt sexuality. I don't know which one to go with, because I ain't have Dahmer like Jose, but I could go with a trauma story or the hotel where they do kinky stuff. There was a date.
Well, we have time. Go for it. Inquiring minds would like to know.
The trauma one is pretty devastating, and Quartita has already heard the story, and I feel like she wanted to strike the person down who was involved with it as well. It was a date that I didn't know that I was signed up for on a very close friend of mine's birthday. Her fiance husband, I can't remember if they were married at that time yet, for her birthday, he was trying to get me drunk so that his best friend could take advantage of me. And they had bought me presents for her birthday, and they had tried to make me drink liquor at the strip club for her birthday. And then when I saw them run outside, and I heard him say to his homeboy, "I'm telling you, bro, she just needed like 4 drinks, and she would have did whatever we wanted her to do." So that was pretty weird. The weirdest date I never knew I was signed up for. And I immediately excavated the area. I can't even talk thinking about it. I immediately got up out of there. The hotel, which is a much better story.
Wait, I got to put you in the book. You dug some shit up? Because that's what excavated means. You said I excavated. What you dig up, girl?
I can't even talk. You gonna put me in the book. But it's a word. It's a word. It is a word, so it can't go in the book.
Okay. My bad.
Integration is a word.
Is it? Integration?
Malika meant evacuated.
It is now.
It is a word?
Ain't it?
It's now.
You're not going to come on here confident and then say, ain't it? It might
I could have sworn it was.
Research that one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. The other day, that's a story for another time. On the next episode of Let's Have the Conversation.
You're so silly. No, my bad. That's funny. Come on, governess.
No judgments, please. Okay, so I was on a chat line and I had met this genome female, and turned out she was a crackhead. She was in the bathroom smoking crack, and I was like, "Are you in there smoking crack?" And she was like, "How did you know?" And I didn't know I was gifted at the time, so I was like, "Cause I just know that you're in there smoking crack, lady. Please take me home." It was a horrible, sexual experience and everything. It was really stringy, nasty genome hair everywhere. And she was a horrible pussy eater, and I was like, "Please just take me home, crackhead, ma'am." So
she's wow. How did you know I was smoking crack? I could smell it. Okay, I'm sorry.
I couldn't.
I know you couldn't. I know you couldn't.
The way I operate now, not knowing, I was like, "Oh my God, she's in there smoking crack."
Wow.
I said, "Were you smoking crack?" How did you know that? That's my vice, my one vice. Listen, ma'am, take me home, please, crackhead lady. Please, let's go. This has been horrible and very weird, and never gonna tell anybody except for.
Is that how genomes think of? Is that how genomes think of crack? Like, this is just my vice.
Yeah, that's what she said. She was saying, "This is my vice. This is my vice."
You've never been around anybody.
Vice is smoking weed, ma'am. This is smoking crack.
Like,
you
call people crackheads for a reason. Like,
your vice comes with stealing TVs and shit. I can't leave you alone with my shit. That your vice comes with a lot. That is too funny. Hey.
Ask this. Does it have a smell? Like an odor?
What, the crack?
Yeah.
It does.
It does, but I could not smell it.
It does. I can't speak for nobody else, but look, I had an uncle, Yehuda rest his soul. It smelled like burnt butter to me. He used to smoke Primos, and it smelled like burnt butter. I don't know what that was. I don't know why, but it did. And I was like, ugh.
I don't know. I don't know what to say it smells like. I don't like to be around it, because I'm afraid it's gonna seep into my system or something. Because somebody I know used to sell, I don't know, somebody sold it, and that's what it was. Go ahead, Tina. Never mind.
I can't. That's too funny.
Y'all ready to go deeper?
Yeah,
Go
what's up?
deeper.
Now let's go
We got
deeper. All
Don't say
right.
That's what she said. Click us out.
no.
Okay, I got. What is the quality or trait that you find attractive in a partner?
Wait,
Give me
what?
what is the quality or trait that you find attractive in a partner?
Oh.
Give me a minute and I'll answer.
Like to do it a lot? No.
I mean, that's the quality or trait. Yeah, you could have that.
I'm just saying. Because if you don't like to do it a lot, I don't think I can really fuck with you. I think that's a quality you need to have. Okay, I'm sorry. Who's next?
Well, for me, you got to be a foodie. You have to be a foodie.
Yeah.
My mind is like very food orientated.
I've
That is
seen
the
it
quality
firsthand. He
trait
is
there.
not lying. Hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
Hey,
Yes, governess.
is it oriented or orientated? Which one is it? Malika, how do you say that word?
I need it used in a sentence, please.
And somebody help me out.
I need context. It's oriented. I think, but I need context. But go ahead, and then
Oh
we'll figure it
yeah,
out.
like using it in the sentence like he is real oriented.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah.
oriented in food. Food oriented.
Is that right?
The consumption.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
It
Jose's
sounded
in the
so
book?
right coming out.
Is Jose in the book?
I'm in the book.
Okay.
Orientated.
I said to myself the next time you said it, because you've said it before, and I said the next time he say it, I'm gonna be like, huh. I couldn't hit the mute fast enough because I need to know which word is correct.
That is literally in my word log. I gotta
Okay.
get that together.
Gigi said it's orientated.
Or what? Who said that?
Gigi.
She says it's orientated.
Well, according to Oxford Language, which we don't care about this shit anyway, but according to Oxford Language, orient, past tense, oriented, is to align or position something relative to the points of a compass or other specified position, adjust or tailor to specified circumstances or need. I can search for orientated and see what happens. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oriented versus orientated. So we're not alone. Orientated is used to refer to geographic directions, while oriented is used in more metaphorical senses, like getting one's bearing straight.
So can I just say that I used to be a scholar in English. I used to get A's in English, if I could just say that. So Gigi.
I'm sorry. My bad. That's too funny. Well, Jose, at least we know it is a word, and you didn't just pull it at your ass.
Just point me to the compass of the food restaurant.
Okay, wait, because I got sidetracked. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
What is a personality or trait that you would find attractive in a partner?
Gratitude. Okay. Oh, come on, Chazzy.
Honestly, y'all, like somebody with a sense of humor. Like if we can't laugh, I don't even know. Like just be like talking and then just bust out laughing, or just have a funny thought and just laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't mess with nobody that just sitting there being serious or anything like that. Food, sex, all that. Yes, it's a plus. I'm a food too. You gotta. I don't care if you're skinny, fat, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. You gotta like food. We gonna eat. We gonna eat. Ain't no judgment, okay? So if you want to pick up whatever you're gonna pick up and you want to go at it, go at it. I actually enjoy watching people eat food. You know what I'm saying? Like I enjoy it. Eat your food. Like eat how you eat, okay? Just don't be smacking. That's it. Eat how you eat. Just don't be doing all that smacking and all that. I get it. I goes in on food too. So.
Well, before somebody else hits the button, I think my ex used to feed me and try to make me fat on purpose. You say the food, I really do. I feel that, like, I really do. Like, I don't want nobody else to have you here. Eat this. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, anybody else want to chime in? Because ain't nobody else said nothing but the bottom three.
Ice Wills.
Come on, Charm.
I like someone who pays attention to details, like without me having to be like, look at this detail. It's like, oh my God. And that goes for like friends and like stuff like that. It's like, oh my God, you remembered. Wow, you really do love me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, I can feel you on that. Definitely. Come on, Lee. Oh goodness, here she go, y'all.
I have to know. I'm sure my friend will agree with me on this one too. I have to know that they got crazy in them. I have to know that you are capable of unaliving someone. I think it's extremely attractive. It means my lineage is protected and you will pass down those traits. And it also comes out in certain times within the relationship. I mean, you have to be recovered from that. It can't be active, okay? We can't do that because ain't nobody serving 10 for you. You know, I'm snitching. No, you know, but it has to be there. That trait has to be there. That's all.
She said you gotta have a little snap to be with me. Come on, Aubrey.
I would say pretty much everything that everybody else said as well as far as qualities, but one that I would really, really like is for that person to be very adventurous. Yes. Yes. Very adventurous.
What kind of adventures? Because this adventures like we gonna hike it, and this adventures like we gonna do it where nobody can see us. You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of adventures?
Or when
Whatever
somebody
you
can
need
see
it
us.
to be.
That.
And
You
the
said
other
what?
part too. You know, both
Wait, no,
parts.
my big mouth did something. Say all that again, baby. Come on.
What?
I said say all that again because I didn't hear you, so I know they didn't hear you.
You did hear me.
No, I didn't. I heard Malika.
I said all of that. Both levels. We can do the hiking. We can go on the balcony, possibly. You know, girl, I will do some things for my man. Okay, you gotta always keep the things a little frisky in the bedroom. Huh?
Spontaneous.
Spontaneously. Okay. Yes, that all day long. I could definitely agree with that. Oh, y'all
Yes,
want me to do
Marie.
one more or no?
We can do one more, and then we got. Oh, you know what? We got to go to break. I'm sorry, baby.
I want to go.
Oh shit!
Forget
Come on, governess.
Oh, fuck
No,
y'all.
no. My bad. My bad. You know, when I saw you doing like this, I thought you was pointing to the time. Let's keep it real. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I thought you was like, no, look, I apologize. I takes it. Come on, mama.
I'm going to say that everything that everybody else said, and I'm a stickler about this part. So I have to be real. They have to have nice teeth.
And I know you're not lying because every time you talk about a dude, you talk about teeth. I swear to you.
And I've given people chances that don't necessarily have good teeth, but I'm a stickler for that. Yeah.
So is it like bad teeth, bad person? What is it?
Bad teeth give me BV in my pussy. No.
Say, you forgot I like my pussy ate on a regular. That's that is too funny. Too funny. So we could take a break and come back and finish the game, or we can move on. What y'all want to do? Want to finish the game or finish the game? Okay, we're gonna finish the game. So we're gonna take a break, y'all, and when we come back, we're gonna finish up this game. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours. May you receive all the energy and everything you need it to be. Ashe.
And we back, folks. Do not forget, folks, we do have sponsorship slots. If you want to promote your business, if you want to promote your products, hit us up on the Let's Have the Conversation IG. All right. Let's continue with this game, y'all. Let's go ahead and take it away, Miss Aubrey.
Okay, so the next question is, have you ever gotten detention, been suspended, or been expelled?
I've gotten detention because all the rest of that I'd have got fucked up. So yeah, that's
Really?
about it. Oh yeah, my
I
mama
got
wasn't
two
playing.
of the three on the list.
My mom was not playing detention. Yeah, but the expelled, suspended. Oh no, Bianca was not playing that one. Mm-mm.
Well, I got detention, you know. I got suspended a couple of times, honey. I had to fight a couple of people because who, okay? And they suspended me and not the other person when they really hit me upside the head with a science book. We're not gonna talk about that because that is a memory that I do not want to go down. Let me tell you about Giovanna Scott, okay? She really tried me that day, but yeah, so I've gotten detention and I've gotten suspended. Anybody else?
I've had
You
detention and not been suspended or expelled. I was a goody two shoes.
Yeah, I didn't been both. Okay. I was gonna say
I
no, but I had to remember. I did. Never mind.
I got detention for not bringing toilet paper to school by a certain date. And I had in-school suspension because all my friends scheduled in-school suspension together. Like they all got in trouble in the same period of time. And what you're not gonna do is leave me out. So I went to the principal and asked if I could be an in-school suspension, and he let me. And it was fun. I had a blast.
Malika, I got suspended for beating up a white boy. I beat his ass in the motherfucking cafeteria. I beat this motherfucker ass in the cafeteria. I done had a few fights. No, I done been suspended for fighting, Malika. I done went to school jail, Malika.
They should have let you out. I wish I was there with you. I would have asked to be there with you that day.
Friend.
right.
Both of y'all asses.
Malika would have been there talking about give us a spree. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, you know, when I think about it though, I almost got suspended, okay, for sticking up. I've always had a thing for special needs. For sticking up for special needs, they person wasn't there and they was being bullied, and I ended up whooping somebody's ass, and they was just trying to suspend me over that, but my mama wasn't having that. She meant well. She was like, "Where was his handler?" So when my baby had to not his aide, not his handler, like baby, that's he not a dog. That's not a dog or a cat. Okay, anyway, moving along. Who's next?
Um, I got detention, but I never been expelled. But one time I got suspended because I went to a new school, and they on Wednesdays they had like a long day to where school didn't start until like I don't know 10 or something like that. And so I was there really really early, and I didn't know you could be on your phone or you couldn't be on your phone on campus even though school hadn't started. So I was on my phone minding my business, and the security guard came up to me and was like, "You can't be on your phone." I was like, "School ain't started yet." And he was like, "Give me your phone." I was like, "Absolutely fuck not." So we called my mom, and my mom was like, "What do you mean take her phone? You can't have her phone." My mom was like, "Give me the paper. Give me the suspension paper. Sign. Let's go." So yeah, I got suspended. My mom signed off on it because they had us both fucked up trying to take my phone.
They had us all fucked up, Charming. They wouldn't take
Right, right.
But at least you didn't beat their ass like that one girl who beat their teacher's ass over taking the phone. Anywho,
I never got expelled, but I did get suspended. And I needed to say that I've never been expelled. I wasn't that kind of bad.
okay.
But let's do one more, y'all. Let's go deep, deep. Come on, let's go
Deep
Okay, let me go
deeper,
deeper.
Okay.
Let me go
deeper,
deeper.
into
deeper,
the hot space.
deeper. Let me go mute.
Okay, let me see.
Deeper, darling, deeper.
Mm, let's get deep. Mm.
Uh-uh.
Y'all make no chords.
Are y'all over there with the
Oh,
little thingy? Like,
That's what I was.
no, they're real cards.
That's what I said. Did y'all make no chords?
I thought it was the one of paper you fold up and you do this and that way and this way
Girl,
and that
it's a
way.
game.
Oh, the was it a coochie? It was called a coochie catcher, a cooter kata. What is it? A coochie.
Oh, I'm
He
going on
gave me
mute.
the easy levels. Like I'm
I
over there
did
like,
get you
what's
the
your
easy
favorite
level.
colors type? You know?
What'd you call it, Carbon?
Right.
What was it called? I know it was
Yeah,
something
that
with a
was cookie
C,
cutter.
A coochie cutter, right?
something like that. Look, it's
That's
a real
like
word though.
Jose. Listen, that's like Jose the other day saying patois, but instead he said patois. And I was like, no. He was like, am I saying it correctly, patois? And he spelled it out. And I said, no, you actually just told me that you want to pat my pum pum, but that's okay too. This is how you. So we got the coochie cutter and the patois. Okay.
I remember that.
In the book. In the book.
It's all right. I takes pride. Okay.
Okay, I think I got a good one. And this one will have to help us all dive deep. In what ways are you similar to your parents? This one's a deep one.
I love you, mama. Passive aggressive.
I stay in fucked up shit when I shouldn't.
Girl, I got a short fuse. Both of them are fucking firecrackers, bitch. I be instantly angry. Okay.
I show grace very much so, but I don't snap or speak for myself until the going gets tough.
I got control issues. Like I gotta control
I
every little bitty
knew
thing of
that about
everything.
you.
Yes, yes, girl.
Oh
I
my
got control
god.
issues. I'd be like, I don't have to say anything about what's happening over there. I do not have to control that shit. So yeah, that's mine.
I love that.
I'm with Jose. I kind of got like discernment issues. Like maybe need to speak up for myself when it comes to other people as well. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I can be just chill and just pass up and just let shit slide, and other times I can just be like, well, last time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I'm a holder. I love to hold some shit in and bring it back. Well, I remember 6 months ago that what? No, because even before then, and then after that, and then listen, I would run and hold. Bitch, I am a holder. I love it. I probably shouldn't. That's
No.
toxic. And I'm toxic.
I, I
Never mind.
I think that's a Scorpio trait. I really do. I really do, cause I can be that way too. Baby, I hold some shit. Don't play. Don't play. Don't. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Who's next?
Hold. I don't hold, but I might let something slide. But then I'll be like, well, nah, see, because when you did it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say no when I did it. So when you do it now it's a problem. Now it's the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that type of person, but I ain't holding on to no shit for no 6 foot. I ain't doing that.
I'm a holder and I'm a Cancer. I'll take you all the way back to pre-K if I have the memory that pops up in the moment, and it all just pops up. And Ro will be like, "I'm sick of it. I can't do this with you because we're not on equal playing field. You remember everything." Um, from my mom, I damn near recreated my mom's whole life. So everything from physical to emotional to all of the lovingness, not the softness because I'm loud, and so that's a little bit different. Um, from my dad, I would say my ability to communicate, um, and the manner in which I communicate. That's a balance of both, also though, because he's just straight to the point, and his tongue is sharp. But the loving of my mommy, kind of makes it a delicate cutthroat situation. And his craziness, because although I'm very loving, I have tendencies of being crazy at times, and I get that from him. That's all.
She said, I get it from my daddy. Okay. That's too funny. No, but I think that's dope though. At least we all kind of know, you know.
You
Come
know
on,
what?
governess.
Too? Let me say this. My grandma used to tell me that she told my daddy that she wished that he wouldn't have given me his freaky side. Do you know how crazy that was to hear my grandma say that? I said, how did she know this?
Ah, that is
They always
hysterical.
know.
She said, Greg, you did that. I said, did he? Maybe. No.
That is too funny. Did everybody respond on this subject? Yeah. Okay. Y'all, gratitude to Jose for this wonderful game. We need to do this more often. This was actually really fun and informative. All right, y'all. We're gonna move this thing right along. Let's kick it over to Miss Malika, cause husbands is being kidnapped, baby. What's going on?
Well, Carbon, on this week's Corner of Crime, I'm sorry, serious. On this week's Corner of Crime, we're going to Colorado. And the situation that we're going to speak about is the husband that sent text messages to his wife in regards to him being kidnapped. He requested that she send help. If I can just get to it on my phone, because I done searched for words. But yeah, he was on his lunch break. And he sent a text message to his wife saying that they're pretty much 911. Call emergency, call 911. He sent a picture of a genome gentleman. He's Melanite. He sent a picture of the genome gentleman that was in his passenger seat. Now, I've heard a few things. I've heard one, either he just hopped in the car while this man was on his lunch break, or he also, they said, the genome was a hitchhiker and he was giving him a ride. Regardless, whatever ended up happening in the car ended up happening. He texts his wife. He sends a picture. I don't even know how he was skilled enough to get that done without being seen by this genome gentleman, this genome monster that was in the vehicle with him. He texts his wife. His wife reached out to the police. He was sharing his location, and gratitude, Carbon. He was sharing his location, and the wife called the police, let them know what was going on, and she hadn't heard anything back. So she went out to the location that was on his phone, and when she did, her and her uncle, they found his body there. And they also found the body of the gentleman, I keep saying gentleman, sorry, of the man who kidnapped him. It's a very devastating situation. I'm going to get more specifics. I'm just trying to pull up my information on here if it'll let me. But what are your thoughts on this? The police station was a mile away from where she found the bodies. The police never responded to the call. They didn't take it seriously. And now she is pursuing justice, even though nothing can give you that back. Nothing can give you your husband back. And he was a really good guy, a great father. A mile away the police station was, and she had to take it upon herself to go out there because the police weren't responding in assistance. What are your
Come on,
thoughts,
Charm.
panel?
So I seen that, it's very devastating. Like, it absolutely makes no sense. Like, it doesn't click. And I'm just gonna go there and I'm gonna say they're able to basically, like, I feel like with all of these different things that happen, the genome came from here and he was packed with this, they always seem to know the details of what happened. So I'm really like, if it's like this girl got killed on the trail, she just happened to be coming from this city and she was walking on the trail for 2 hours, and then the guy came out the bushes and then he did this and this and this to her, and now she's been found alive. I don't understand why they don't know what happened. Like, they can't figure that out. They haven't had anybody figure it out. Like, it's either he was a hitchhiker or he was just random. I feel like I seen something that it was like a homeless man or something. I don't know. I could be making that up.
He was homeless. And the young man who lost his life is Quaylen Campbell,
Mm-hmm.
and his wife is Talesia Campbell. And the genome, yes, he was homeless. I've read that he was bipolar schizophrenic. And again,
Yes.
there's two different versions where one was Mr. Campbell was Mr. Campbell was on his lunch break and this man just hopped in his vehicle, or that he was hitchhiking and Quaylen was on his route and picked him up.
So they were a mile away from the police station. I'm just gonna say, did they let this man loose? Did they let this man go? Like, are they the ones that just, because he just got in a random Melanite man's car, like it seems targeted, even though they want to paint it as random. It seems very targeted, like homeless, or they always say people are homeless or people are this or that, and sometimes they're not that. So I don't know. The truthfulness of the story is definitely something I'm suspicious of.
I just don't understand in these type of situations. Obviously, the individual was going to off themselves anyway. I feel like it's some coward ass shit to have to, well, if I'm going to go, I got to take somebody with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so annoying to me. Like, you knew you was going to take yourself up out of here, but it's like you couldn't do it by yourself, so you had to make somebody do it with you. That's just me. Anyway, who's next?
I'm just gonna say real quick. One, I have a question, and then I'm gonna state something. Question. So the homeless Genome that got in the car, he had the weapon when he got in the car.
Yes, and he unalived Quaylen and then unalived himself. And the wife and the uncle found both bodies laying next to each other in the woods.
Yeah, they hiding something. There's
Right.
a whole hide going on right here, that they're not speaking of, and I'm not going to speak on it. I instantly saw it when you said that. I needed to understand that. And I just want to say maybe this is why Yehuda said make sure you lock in your doors, because I just stated that like last week or so. So, okay, they hiding something, but go ahead, Chaz.
No, I just said I just found that suspicious that the police didn't want to do anything about it and y'all a mile away. Just saying, so they know there's probably some ongoing stuff going on in the area. It's probably not the first time this has happened. Just saying.
Is this a prostitution area? Never mind.
That part. Come on, Charming.
I was just gonna say, isn't 1 mile like less? It's like literally less than 10 minutes, depending on what kind of, like, even if you drive on a regular road, 1 mile away would be 5 minutes tops, right? Like, am I making that up?
No, you're not.
So, yeah.
You're not.
So, very interesting that
No.
they didn't come at all. They didn't find it alarming at all.
So, governess, are you not saying nothing because you're not
Guided.
trying to take over the show, or you not saying nothing because Spirit told you not to? Because, see, that's all I need to know.
I just don't want to quote unquote allegedly defame someone's name, but this is given a sexual encounter that went wrong. I don't know. I'm not the only one that see it.
I got that from what you were saying, but I didn't. I mean, my brain, I guess I'm slow. I didn't put it was be them two together. I thought it might have been with somebody else, but now I see what you're saying.
Like a grinder hookup gone wrong.
It just doesn't make sense. And I don't know. I see different stuff, but whatever. Go ahead.
I love when you do that shit. I mean, but go ahead. Anyway. All right. Anybody else want to touch on this? Sheesh.
So, okay. He was a homeless man. Okay, listen. All right.
Right. Homeless man.
You don't look homeless to me.
Hold on. Let me pull you to the front, Malika, so we can see that.
So these are the text messages that he sent to his wife. And it says 911, send please, with the picture. And then she said, what's wrong? What do you need me to do? Send me your location again.
Which is why you was like, I don't know how he got to the phone so quickly to take them pictures.
Well, I just know that there's a certain fear when you're in these situations. Like, you can see that the guy is looking off in the distance, but even aligning with what Quatita is saying that she's feeling, I know that we are baited a lot. And I know that there is intrigue and there are individuals that will watch. There's another a case that's kind of close to the details of this one. That's a true crime where it was two teenagers hanging out in the parking lot by the compactor area of a regular grocery store, and a homeless person had seen them and unalived both of them in the car after sexually assaulting the young lady. And I believe that it was someone that he had been seeing, like he'd been watching on a regular basis. The same with the story that I shared in the group last night, y'all, with the young Mennonite man who was standing over the bed of the two little genome twin boys and then just picked one up and took him to the woods and stabbed him to death. You know, that he had been watching for a while. Come to find out, he was actually living there and was engaged with the mother of, or the guardian of those children. So it would not surprise me if there were intentions of sexual assault. It would not surprise me if something, however the details go, it wouldn't, because there's psychosis here. You know, there's something happened in the vehicle for him to send that photo 911, send help. And I don't know what the rest of the text messages, or if there's even any other text messages. I don't know what the rest of them are, but yeah, Chaz, that's why I was saying that. And I think Quatita is also absolutely correct in making sure that you close your doors when you park, when you're in your car, when you go to the grocery store, get your stuff in your trunk and get in your vehicle and lock your doors. That goes for you. Make sure that you're telling your children. Don't forget what Quatita had spoke on the other night when Yehuda graced us with his amazing presence, and stated that there is a serial killer. And, you know, these are things that we have to pay attention to. Check your Ubers. This on the web. See, look. Okay. Check your Ubers. Check your Ubers and make sure that you're checking the tags and you're checking the doors before you get in. Don't ever give them your name. That's something Quatita and I talked about the other day too. Have them give you your name and confirm that they are your driver, because we saw that in a recent true crime as well. So just make sure that you're being safe out here. That's
Absolutely.
a big revelation.
Facts. Anybody else want to touch on this? No? Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hop on Jose. Jose's got the jab and the FDA. So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Powerful, captivating, indulgent, riveting.
You hear the rumble of the earth.
High Council, Affirmation, Oracle, and Tarot Deck. Available for pre-sale now, only on www.awalkwiththeancestors.com. I sit, close my eyes, inhale and exhale, and ask myself, what is it within us that makes us give up on our own experiences based on the beliefs of others? How is it that beings, even societies who in so many ways exemplify strength based on societal norms, find comforting ease with going with what is popular presented rather than what is? Why limit self to some when you can have all? I am living my life as it comes to me, aligned with those that I can learn from as they learn from me, those that will not attempt to mold me into the perfect fit for their journey, but rather provide guidance if they sense I am straying from my path. Regardless of who we are or have been within our personal journey, we complement each other within the blessing of the experience that is us. I am living my life in the realization that that which supersedes is my ability to understand that my personal experience and the results of that is what takes precedence when it comes to the formation of my being and my personal belief system. I am aware that my beliefs, those which guide me, may have fact energy within my journey, but should be received as opinion to others, as this ensures that they before any are the grand creators of their journey, as I am of mine. This is the beauty rather than the conflict of difference of opinion, as we were all brought here to play a part, not to please others, but rather to be exactly who we are uniquely for the betterment of self, which then carries over to the betterment of all. Grand Rising.
Greetings, and we are back. Okay, Jose, take it away, sir.
All right, I'm going to play a video. This is a video with the Arizona senator. Shamp, and then the Maryland Senator P. McCall, and this was effective 5/23.
Blank. And it says intentionally blank. So this tells you that the vaccines are not fully FDA approved. Any product you pick up in the pharmacy will have a full package insert. That's your signal that it's fully FDA approved. So those are my comments on EUA. We can.
So in layman term, we do not have a vaccine currently on the market for COVID-19 that is licensed and FDA approved.
That's correct.
We no longer have an emergency pandemic. It has been declared over.
That's correct.
We still have mandates that are across this country in different sectors for this vaccine. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. All right.
Come on, governors.
They just really just fucking told everybody that we're forcing you to take some shit that is not safe, but take it anyway. And nobody, that's what the fuck just was said.
Absolutely. In a nutshell. Come on, Charm.
We're inspectors on top of that.
Can I say, I don't even necessarily think that it just because it's FDA approved, it's safe, because FDA approves a lot of bullshit. They literally approve cigarettes and they won't approve cannabis. They've approved a lot of bullshit. But I think that the greater statement within that is that these vaccines, these jabs, are being pushed and sold by companies. Like I feel like that's like, this is, and all vaccines are, but I feel like it's like, how are you guys allowing for counties and states to mandate something that hasn't even went through, what would be considered proper protocols, so they're basically telling us that, not only have they been, like you said, safe, checked, in any way, that would even be remotely close to what we need, but they also are being pushed and sold by pretty much whoever wants to. I feel like whoever can. That's why there was Moderna. That's what there was. Why the fuck is Johnson & Johnson making a vaccine? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
That's what I said. How do you got 3 different vaccines when it's all supposed to be one vaccine?
Right. They over there just, let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Okay, send it out. Now we got a vaccine. So yeah. That's what
and then you can't even speak against it. On here, they'll block your shit. What?
Absolutely. They will in a heartbeat. Yeah. It's absolutely insane, y'all. Like they said, none of this shit has been approved by any of the, channels that we call legitimate or whatever the case. Come on, Charmaine, what's up?
I was just gonna say, with the insert packages, that's also really important because, so I've been anti-vaccine since 2014, since my son was born, and I did a lot of research on just what they're supposed to be telling you when you get the vaccines. And so whenever, so how when you get birth control, man, you may not know, but when you get birth control, when you go to the pharmacy, or if you even go to the pharmacy, you can get any kind of medication, it'll come with a package that's like hella big. It's like a big ass paper you unravel and you unfold hella times. Those are insert packages. Those have all of the testing information on it. Those have any trials that they've done. It has the information of what was caused by this vaccine, how many % of people got this fucking lung disease from taking this vaccine, how many people, did all of this. And that, what she was saying is that those don't even have that either. So if you go to the doctor and they say, we're going to, give you this vaccine, what you're supposed to do, what I was taught is you're supposed to say, give me the insert package for that, because I want to do research on that before I say yes. I want to have informed consent. If they don't even have that, that means they don't know shit about it. That means all that testing they said and all that, you're 85% more likely to be hospitalized if you don't have the vaccine. It's literally all bullshit because they don't have the testing for it if they don't have the insert package.
Just to back you up, because I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm going to break it down in layman's terms, y'all. when you, like she said, when you get your shot or whatever, it's a paper, huge paper, like a huge pamphlet, okay? And it's supposed to have a whole bunch of words on it. But when you take this pamphlet, this huge pamphlet out for this jab, it's blank. There's nothing on it. There's no words. There's no nothing. So I know exactly what she's talking about. I've seen it with my own two eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, on this paperwork, it's supposed to be side effects, blah, 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 da, 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 da. It's one huge sheet of white paper because they don't have no data. And the data that they do have, they're not going to put it on there because it's killing everybody. Giving people, mitocarditis, how you say it? That, you know what I'm saying, which is basically a heart issue. That's just why you got your teenagers and your 20-year-olds dropping dead on soccer fields and football fields and all that kind of shit, playing sports and shit. That's why. I'm done. Who wants to go next?
I just want to say this because I keep seeing commercials for the new vaccines that has nothing to do with COVID. They're bringing back like old diseases ain't nobody getting or viruses that nobody is getting in like I'm talking about like chickenpox type shit. You know what I mean? Your child needs these vaccines. Now, even just saying the word vaccines, they will come through and be blocking your shit. They don't want you to say it. So now that they're saying this, now we're watching them push other vaccines, but we know fucking well that either that's in that too, or none of the vaccines have ever been shit. Mm-hmm. My daughter Toddy has not been vaccinated since she was like 5 years old.
The people have been fighting vaccines since the 80s. People, since they first came out, since they first dropped vaccines, people was like, why are my kids paralyzed now?
Or back then, for lack of a better term, back then it's not like now. Or why is my child retarded all of a sudden?
Yeah,
or autistic.
They've been told
that falls under that, you know. But before we knew what autism was, it would have been a general retardation. You know what I'm saying? No, for real talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to insult nobody. I'm just talking about in those terms at that time. That's what it would have been called because we didn't have the subpar breakdowns of shit like we do now. Anywho, but yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Charming. Absolutely. It's insane. But that goes back. I feel like that goes back to what Governor said. It's the same fucking shot, just revamped. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You keep saying, she keeps saying, it's the same shit, just they keep tweaking it. They'll put the flu on it, or they'll put whatever on it, or whatever. But it's the same shit. It's the same shit, different title. Jose, since we're on you, let's stay on you. What about this whole? Wait, before I do that, anybody else want to touch on this? My bad. No? Identity complex. What's that about, sir?
Okay, I'm gonna play a video, and it's gonna help everyone understand. It's Amber Rose versus Jocelyn Hernandez.
Okay, I'm gonna go to it, but I don't have him in that lineup like that.
Oh,
I have Tommy next, but we're gonna go ahead with Jose.
My bad. Wait, just real quick. Everything that I have is like 2 stories per person. Just the FYI.
Yes, sir. Remember, I said we're not gonna run everybody's story back to back, so everybody can get their story in.
Facts. Okay, got you. My bad.
Charmin, you want to go?
About what? The story?
Yeah, your story. Oh.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Okay.
Assume the position.
Apologies.
Well, I'm going to go
y'all.
ahead and play the video, and then I'll go from there.
To me, they're like, okay, she's Spanish, she's not black. Jocelyn, stop identifying me. Let me identify myself and then let you know what that is. When you say like the whiteys and then you turn around and look at me, it's a joke. It was just there. I just seen you. I just turn around and look at that. Stop being so sensitive because you and I are very cool. So for you to do
but
that,
it's not about being sensitive.
But you are being sensitive. No, but if you're not you're not white though. You're black.
My father is white though.
Okay, but to me, your mother's.
But that's not
black.
about you. It's about me.
It is about me when I feel like saying what the fuck I want to say. You can't check me on that. And if you go and check me, then check me.
Okay, I checked you. I'm checking you now.
No, but you're not, because I don't give a fuck about how you.
I don't give a fuck either because I don't say the same thing about you.
I consider you a white person. So that's the thing.
It's not about what you consider. That's the whole point.
You know what's your problem? Your problem is that you really want to be a white girl. to be black. She's conflicted with her blackness. See, when I was growing up, I chose to be black. I was born in Puerto Rico, a Spanish-speaking place, so I'm a black Hispanic. But Amber, she don't know how to behave in black places or in white places. She feel like she got to cater to each of them. But I damn sure know that she doesn't cater to nothing black. She went there, wait. Nah, you want to go there? Let me tell you. There she go. Quiet, baby, quiet, baby, quiet, baby.
It got messy. We ain't gonna continue on that. But I did want to basically say, and Malika had made a good point, but it made me think a little bit. I still stand where I stand with it. I still stand in my position because when I was saying there are some mixed race people that do not understand that they are trying to be in a black area and they want to be appropriated and feel like they're comfortable in some black spaces, they still bring, they're easy to take that characteristic and take that into white spaces and be accepted. Me, I cannot do that. I cannot be accepted in white spaces, but I am accepted in black spaces because I am black. If I were to go in white spaces, I feel a way because I feel you are judging me because you think I am Hispanic passing or Puerto Rican. You talk down to me. So me trying to tell you I am black, you go on to the next thing. And me and my experience, I've seen how they break down and they start talking about black people. I've seen so many perspectives being in this multiracial body. I still stand that basically what I'm saying is Amber Rose is one of those mixed race people on the topic that make it to where she is in black spaces and still able to run in white spaces and appropriate and have her word and spread her word and not claim her blackness. There are a lot of mixed race people that do that. And that's where the problem lies. Do you actually stand with the Melanites or do you actually just go because you know it's easy for you to pass here and there? Because it's not always that easy.
Amber, hold on, I'm gonna say my little 2 cents and Malika's on you. Amber Rose is unlike you, and what I mean by that is she is going to be what she wants to be or needs to be when it's convenient. If she's in genome, like you just said, if she's in genome territory, she gonna tap into that genome side. Okay, if she in the Melanite territory, as best as she can, she gonna tap into that side. You know what I'm saying? As unlike you, you walk in your melaniteness all the time, regardless of where you are, who you with. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see that. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. Yeah. Come on, Malik.
The reason why I raised my hand after Jose went is because I want to clarify something. Because what I was talking about has nothing to do with his statement that he made just now. What I was speaking on was him saying that Amber Rose's reaction was bogus when she hit back. But then I asked him, I think I said, it would be dope if he would give us introspection because I have heard Jose state that he wanted to punch a genome in her stuff because she spoke to him in Spanish. And how dare you consider me Spanish? And so maybe looking at where that anger stems from, there can be some understanding or understanding for why Amber reacted the way that she reacted. But I mean, my ex was this, and she would show up in Melanite spaces, and it wasn't in genome spaces. She was comfortable, you know. Her mom is a genome, and she raised her, and she's used to, even though that side of the family treated her not so great, don't tell nobody's business, but when we would be in Melanite spaces, it would be an overt blackness that almost was uncomfortable, you know. Even though that was part of her, she wasn't really around that. She'd never had a sisterhood, SISTAR hood, you know. There was never that energy. When she got to experience that with us going to certain locations and certain things, she got to connect with a side of her that she didn't necessarily know was accessible or that even needed to be accessed because she already thought she was. So I get that, and I can't speak to it because it's not my walk. And so I just appreciate you sharing your journey. I know the side for me is not being too black enough in my sector, not being too black enough or not talking black enough, or my skin color being an issue because I fall in line with the paper bag test that they used to do back in the day, or it was always something, you know. But as far as that walk, I don't know what that is, you know. I don't know what that is.
real quick, before we jump to Charming, when you say girlfriend, do you mean a girl that is a friend, or was you on some freaky shit?
Carmen, where have you been? This is my ex
Obviously not here.
this is my ex that had pulled up on Quatita at the gas station in Georgia.
Wait a minute. You was lesbianic once upon a time?
No, I was with Ro.
Okay, Charming, it's on you.
You definitely been under a rock.
I don't know where the fuck I've been. Anywho.
So I have a few statements. So we all know Jocelyn is really good with pushing buttons, okay? Talking about, hey, I see you being a maid in your little maid outfit, okay? We all know she's really good with pushing buttons and riling people up. I do think that, I guess my question is as like light skin as Amber Rose is, when she's in white spaces, do white people take her as white? Like, is she perceived as white, like from other people? That's one question I have. You know, I don't necessarily feel like she can be perceived as white, regardless of how light skinned she is. Like, her phenotypically, her face is not necessarily genome like, you know, like I feel like she has more melanite phenotypical features regardless of her lightness. But the other thing is I really feel like, so in the beginning I was laughing because Jocelyn is hilarious. But as she started talking, I was like, okay, I can see where she's going. But for me, I feel like it's not my place, you know, and obviously, you know, it's not my place to tell people. And I think that's where like the energy is coming from. It's like she may navigate this, but it's not your place to tell people what they should choose. But I do see what she's saying, where she's saying she chose to be Black, you know, like she grew up in a place where melanite, being dark, you know, all these things are not seen as the most popular or wanted, you know. So I do understand what she's saying when she's saying I chose to be Black. And as you know, for me, I feel like as a mixed person, I also chose to be Black, you know, like, or chose to be a melanite. And I think I understand, like, when I see mixed people who may be a little bit more ambiguous, like hopping that line, it's kind of like a disrespect, it feels like, because it's like Blackness is not something you can just go back and forth into, and you're doing that, you know. So I had to choose to be Black, so I feel like you got to choose to be Black, because, or you got to choose to be one or the other, and going back and forth is not making me comfortable. I feel like it's almost like I'm not feeling safe because you're entering and exiting as you please, you know. So I agree, I see where Jocelyn's coming from. Just in my real life, I wouldn't have that conversation with anybody, because do you boo-boo, figure it out. I know where I stand, you know, figure shit out. And I hope you do. I hope you figure it out real soon, because you're too old to not figure it out yet. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So question. Do we hold like people to a different standard when they are biracial but not genome biracial? You know what I mean? And do we hold them to a different standard if they choose their whiteness, quote unquote, their genome side? Like, do we hold them to a standard, a different standard? And I get what you're saying, like, because like when you are melanite, you are melanite. There's nothing else you can do about it. You know what I mean? And that was actually the law. One drop of melanite blood, you were Black. You know, that was what the law was. And because it definitely dominates the person and their DNA. So my question is this: first of all, what's your nationality? Your mom looks like she's Hispanic. Is your mom Hispanic or Egyptian or something, Charming?
So
she's absolutely beautiful.
My birth mother is a genome, but my spirit soul mother, who is the mother who you see me with, who I've been with since I was a baby, is Mexican. She's Mexican, you know. I don't know. She's definitely she needs a past life reading too, because she definitely has a lot going on in her energy in terms of like racially and culturally. So
Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, see, look. And so, like, do we hold them to a different standard, y'all, when they do choose like their genome side or a different side? Like, do they not have that choice to do that?
I think we do, especially those of us that can't pass for nothing but melanite. I think we do just for the simple fact we see that certain individuals they have a choice. They can choose to be, or they could choose to be. And I think for us that don't have that choice, we want to just see what are you going to choose.
That's so interesting. And I'm gonna tell you why, and then I want to hear what Aubrey says. I'm gonna tell you why. It's because I don't give a fuck. Is that crazy to me? I don't, because I love being melanite, and bitch, if you chose that, then that means you don't understand yourself fully. But I don't want to deny you from your other side, no matter how small in ratio it is. I'm just saying, but if that's what you choose, but I wonder that. That's very interesting to hear charming biracial person say that. Wowzers. Okay, Aubrey, go ahead.
I really and truly don't really have nothing to say, but who made the book to really indicate how much of a black person or melanite you are? Like, who made the book to that? Because I think that everybody comes from different walks of life, and you have some melanites that absolutely love different genres of music, but does it make them a fucking genome? No, it does not. I just feel like people hold everybody up to this standard when really and truly we're not even leading by example. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, how could you say that this is the black way or this is how it's supposed to be done as a black melanite person when a lot of the African Americans, melanites, and all these black people are not living their lives like they should? We're just not understanding how to live our lives as of right now. And it's like a lot of us kind of stem into the whole traumas of what we went through, but it's like nobody is really living their life like a melanite should. Everybody is doing different things to impress the next people. People go into their like myself, when I'm at the drive-through, I have to speak like Emily in order for me to feel like I get my fucking food right. Because if I go in there, let me get a number one with no tomato, this, that, and the third, that it could be a possibility that my food is fucked up. But if I say, hi, let me get a number one, no cheese, mayo, and let me get a large Sprite. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get, you're welcome. And they're going to give me my food at the window. So I feel like it's like, I don't know. I'm really confused because it's like, I feel like maybe she called her out on something that she did not see. But then again, I
But
just
she
feel
didn't deny it either, though.
right.
Amber never denied it. And my cousin, who's biracial, she was never melanite enough, and she was never genome enough. So they get caught in between. Go ahead, Malika.
I just want to say, Aubrey, I feel like if you used Aubrey's voice, your orders would be correct. And then when you pull up and they see you, they're going to make sure they get it correct. So fuck both other voices and just use my sis voice, because when you speak to me, you speak into me, and I give gratitude for that. Ashe. When it comes to work, like whether or not Quatita's questions that she presented, I could give two fucks. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not my job. I have too much to do and to think about than to be worried about what side of what you're connecting with, because nobody really acts exactly like their lineage. And so many of us are trying to run from the trauma that is those prior to us that some of us aren't even choosing which side of the family we want to be like. Most of us are running away from it. I would say to someone living in that experience, do not do yourself the disservice of not knowing your ancestors. Do not do yourself the disservice of not knowing all that is that created you. If I respect you, if I look at Charming and I say you are a magnificent being, I respect all parts of you. Your mother, your father, if it was not for them, I would not have you. So I can give no fucks about what side you choose, as long as you continue to choose to be the Charming that I know and that I love. That's it. There's no conditions around it. I don't care. Like I told y'all before, I found out that, I mean, my genome family, which we had just recently found out, and it's a whole thing in regards to the racial issues within all of this in my family that we've been learning. But I found out that they're French royalty or something like that. Like the Chavons, there's a whole area in France that's named after us. And when I saw the picture of my uncle, I sent it to Clotilda. This man looked like he would have hung me from a tree. And I know that there was racial divide and people who stop talking to people won't give us information about our family because they don't want us included. And I can give no fucks about that. I'm just trying to connect as much as I can with my ancestors, with those that I can know, because as Quatita and I were talking about today, first and foremost, before all, we have to know where we come from and connect with our ancestors to give gratitude to them before anything else, because without their existence, without their trials and tribulations, whatever that looks like in whatever circles they choose to be, it made me. And aside from that, I think a lot of it has to do with Jocelyn bringing it up on the show. Because if we are really friends, and I feel like you're flip-flopping depending on where you are, and that could just be your trauma and not knowing how to be comfortable and accepted. And that's something as your friend, I want to work through with you. I'm not going to wait until I am on television to bring this up and have a conversation about it with you. And if you choose to throw one at me after that, then I mean, I'm going to kind of get it, because how dare I sit by and see something that I'm using now against you and not say anything. So those are my 2 cents.
Well, I just
Come on,
want to
governess.
say this because I believe exactly what you said, exactly what Aubrey said. I understand what Charmy is saying. I don't. I just fuck. I fucking forgot what I was getting ready to say. I was responding to what you said, but I just feel like, oh, get gratitude. See, you always listening. Yep. So this is what I was going to say because he felt like it was important. For her to call her out, which she was right or wrong, I don't know if she was right or wrong to call her out, But my problem is this. The fact that Jocelyn did what she did, she had the half face, and you're sitting in an HBCU, you know what I'm saying? And we're talking about Melanite education, and it has now been made a mockery of. That's where my issue is. In the sense of, I don't give a fuck what Amber Rose thinks. I think the tattoo on her goddamn forehead is stupid. That's that bitch business. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have an issue with it, I'm just looking at it as like that's self-hate in some whatever, But I'm not getting ready to call you out on it. I'm gonna call out the fact that you're making a mockery of Melanite education. And you have an opportunity to actually show people something on this platform. And this is what you chose to do. But that's all I was going to say. Gratitude, Yehuda.
I understand. So I want to ask, going into the commercial, I'm going to start with Jose and finish off with Charming. Jose and Charming, do you feel like at some point you were pressured to make a choice, or did you start identifying naturally? Like, did you feel like, oh, I gotta, okay, I feel pressured. Am I white or am I black? Or did you just kind of like, okay, this is what I am? Jose?
I wouldn't say I was pressured because I never knew my dad's side like that. All I've known is my mother's side, which is black, my maternal side. It is nothing. There's no other way I would choose who I am. I know who I am. And she's shown me who I am. All those other things and other nationalities, they are me and they are a part of me. But I'm Melanite. I am black. And I walk in my blackness because I've seen how she does it. I see how my uncles do it. They were the stair steps to show me who I am. I've always known who I was.
So you're saying there was no, lack of better
I had a
term, hemming and
moment
hawing?
when I wanted to know my race because I was young and I had people telling me who I was. So I asked my mom because I wanted to know. And she broke down the percentages of my blood. And then I just figured, oh, okay. Well, I'm black. I seen how my brothers did. They chose the opposite way. They chose to be more exotic, ambiguous because of the look. I chose to step in all of my Melanite blackness. It was different for me. I just knew who I was when she explained it and broke it down.
Dope. Was you gonna say something, governess?
Yes, because, but doesn't that deny you totally of who you are? Completion?
I feel like I don't know my other lineage like that though. Like my Puerto Rican side, I don't know the language. I don't know them. So I feel like I'm not really saying like fuck them. I just don't know them. So I'm walking with what I know, kind of thing.
Honestly, I mean, I get it. I'm Choctaw, right? But if I trace it back, okay, so my Choctawismness, whatever the fuck, put it in the book. My great great grandfather is full-blooded Choctaw. His wife Mary was a genome, and they had children, which was my great grandmother Della, who's dark as I am. You know what I'm saying? And then my grandmother, who's dark as I am, and my mother, who's my complexion, and then me and my toddy. So I get that. But also Choctaw are darker than myself. But Mary's side got washed away instantly, immediately. You know what I mean? So I get that. I just wonder, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. No, it's a great question. It's a great ponder, if you will. Absolutely. Come on, Charming.
So I feel like I don't feel like I can't say if there was actual pressure, but like Jose said, my dad took me out of my birth mother's house when I was a kid because she was putting me in danger, like a Gino. And so I've been with my dad and my family, my dad's side, since I was young. Not only that, my mom, who is my mother, and like I said, soul and spirit, she has always been very like pro-black, like very pro-black. Like the first time I ever heard "I'll never send my black sons to war" was her. She's the first time I've ever heard someone say, "I don't believe any black people should be going to war." And so I don't feel like it was necessarily pressured upon me. I did go through a lot when I was younger where people talked about, obviously, you know, we go through the whole "you're mixed" and "you're not black" and, you know, all of those tauntings that you go through, which does put you in an identity crisis, you know, or, you know, you're feeling like, do I have something to prove? And I don't think it necessarily made me feel like I had something to prove, but it definitely, I feel like it just pushed me down to like just discovering who I really, really, really am. Like I adore Melanites from head to toe. There's nothing anybody could say to me about Melanites. I don't, there's nothing, you know? And when I went to college, when I moved high schools, I experienced fucking racism in high school. Like, you know, from going from like a mostly black high school to like a very, like a little bit higher standard, more white people. In college, I was in BSU and I was a part of the board, and we went through things where somebody wrote NIGGERS on our flyer for BSU. And, you know, so these things really made me feel like they kind of just solidified, like, this really is a part of who I am, because this hurts me the same. This feels the same, you know, like the color of my skin doesn't necessarily like it. I feel like it was more so like a vessel thing. Like, this is my vessel. Like, I'm in this light skin ass vessel, but I don't feel like this is who I am, you know? And so, and it's funny because now my children are very racially ambiguous, like, because, you know, royals really mixed too. So I feel like it's definitely something that is a part of my like lesson here. Yehuda literally told me, he was like, don't worry about you being light skinned, you are a Melanite. And I was like, how did he know? Oh my God. Ooh, that was a close one. Ooh, that was close. And so, yeah, I don't necessarily feel like it was pressured upon me, but I definitely feel like I experienced things that led me to being who I truly am. Like, I am a Melanite through and through. Like, mixed is just a term for me. Like, I don't really, if someone asks me, I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm mixed. If they say, are you mixed with some, I might say, yeah. But I'm gonna say I'm black. I'm a Melanite, you know. What more do you want from me?
Right. You know, when you said that, Charmaine, it reminds me of an 11 Color skit, or it was a Michael Jackson skit. He was like, I don't know if I'm black or white. Never. I'm black. Okay, never mind. Okay, that
Right.
shit. That's what that
Right.
reminded me of. Anywho,
Yeah.
did you want to touch any more, baby? Charming? Did you want to touch anything on it? Yeah. Okay. Anybody else want to touch on this? No? Okay. With that said, we're going to take a commercial break. We have some words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
My name is Quatita Dean, and I am the ancestral interpreter. Soul Sessions Live is a show that you must hear and see to believe. I have helped many people connect with a lost loved one to get the closure they deeply desire. This is my passion, and I can't wait to take you on a walk with the ancestors.
Whoever said that everything that glitters isn't gold never met goddesses. When my mind and heart feel led astray, or even on a gloomy day, when negative energies come my way, return to sender with one spray. With intention, I will mist, ensuring protection, peace, and bliss. From the north, south, east, and west, Goddessence makes me feel my best. Goddessence Calming Protection Mist, available now at www.grandrising.com.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours, may you receive all the energy and everything you need it to be. Ashe.
Greetings, and we are back, y'all. Okay, so let's keep this thing moving. Charming? All right, come on, Charming.
So I'm just bringing a little. It's not my usual. I'm just bringing this to your attention because um, it's obviously interesting. So I don't feel like I really need to like have the sound for the videos, but I will show you the videos here. I have my earphone on, so it'll be a mess. But um, this is Kanye West's birthday party. I think that I should be able to see. There we go. So apparently this is his 46th birthday party. And I guess I just want to know what you guys think because we've seen this before. And I feel like what are they trying to tell us with when it comes to Kanye? And now that I'm looking at it, that kind of looks like Kim a little bit.
Is that spirit cooking? What they be calling spirit
That's
cooking
what it
with
look
the
like.
Mika Vakshanamaksha nigga?
That's what it look
They be
like.
having that in that parties. They do. They be having that in those parties. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Like, I personally feel like when they do that, there has to be some sort of like spell they're doing in total because they keep doing it. Like, what the fuck? Like, why do you
It's
keep
a
having fake bodies at
representation
your
of
birthday
eating
parties?
bodies and eating flesh.
Right.
So I feel like the new Kanye looks like a 6 foot shaped SpongeBob. That's how I feel. Next, because from like
William.
here, he's very square in this area, very square and like I don't know, but that's what I get. I get chocolate SpongeBob square, just But I absolutely agree with you, Charmaine. It's all one big spell.
So,
Absolutely.
so inside that video, because I think it's another part to that as well. His daughter North was actually there. Now Kanye's not one to bring his daughter inside no stuff like that. The real one, you know what I'm saying? But his daughter was actually at that party. Like, why would your daughter be there? You know?
You're right.
Facts.
And I seen pictures of her with the new wife too. So I didn't even put those two together, but he would 100% not have her anywhere near that shit.
So they had no place. Like we eat food off somebody else's body? I'm good. Girl, why is this woman on this table? Sushimi? I'm not eating that.
Those kind of parties, baby, that's more common than you think.
No, ma'am. Honey, listen, I don't know where her coochie been. It's too, this little leaf ain't protecting nothing. Okay? These boobs that she got, listen, I don't want nothing on her.
Which, you don't want no extra fishy fish?
Here's the thing. When y'all run out of things, find some other things, okay? Plates. We need hefty plates, Glad plates. Listen, they got all types of plates. Dollar Tree got a couple of plates, you know?
Aubrey, you gonna eat this tuna tartare, you gonna like it, honey.
I'm not eating shit, okay? It will be kept right where it is, because that is not what I'm doing. It has to be cooked.
Greetings, Shanji.
Greetings.
Greetings, Mr. Speaker Box, sir.
What up, Speaker Box?
Can I just say that I have eaten sushi off of a naked woman before at a party?
Freak. Huh? Who said that?
She smelled amazing. And listen, it was no different than King of Diamonds back when Black China and them used to be in there, and I would go there and get my lap dances, or we go to the special room. It was no different.
I just feel like the food would be just rolling and my rolls are falling off. It's
the way they had it positioned, though. It was pretty cool, but they did have a layer of something like between her skin and the food, and it was laid on it. But yeah, I had an amazing
I can
time,
respect that.
The difference is the energy around the event. See, when you have bright lights and colors and it's like fantasy fairyland, and you have, the models, right, charming with the body paint walking around, and you get your sushi like, hey, what are we doing? This is fun. Strippers and all that great stuff. That's different. But when you see these dark toned Marina Abramovich inspired events, I feel like it's a calling card. I feel like it's saying, hey, we're doing it over here too. We love what you're doing. And she is a mentor for a lot of the individuals in the industry. We've seen pictures of her hugging Jay-Z. We've seen, Lady Gaga has said that she is her mentor. She took her out into the woods and did a whole bunch of rituals and stuff and put her in the middle of the woods naked, and she had to run through it or something. So a lot of them are tied to her and have a respect for her work, as they do Aleister Crowley and his church. So I feel like this is them saying that this is what I represent and this is what I believe in, and my children will believe in it too. And here's my calling card. And I feel like they're getting bolder with posting it, because so many different labels and groups of individuals are being accepted. Or it's like a whole energy of, be nice to them, because, like I do that. I'd be like, we doing our thing over here, so I can give a fuck about what they doing over there. So I feel like with that, people are like, this is me. It's loud and proud and all of that. Anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
See, I'm with Quartita. You know what I'm saying? She talking about she feel like food is gonna get lost. I feel like the food is gonna be salty because I'm a sweater. Okay, so all the food's gonna be soggy and sweaty, fucking with me. I'm just saying. Okay, because all this food's gonna be on me. People's gonna be surrounding me. I'm gonna get nervous, and it's gonna be fucked up for everybody.
Now, Carbon, in your deep and deeper earlier, right? You said that you have to have many occasions as a turn on, right? So you telling me that you've never incorporated food in the fun?
No, because I equate that with being fat. Forget Malika.
No,
it's psychological. Because I'm fat. No, don't put I'm fat. Don't do that. Because I want to eat it too, and that's gaining weight and fucking, and yeah, it's like defeating the purpose. Because when you fucking, you burning calories, right? And then if you eating and fucking, you not burning the calories because you eating. No. Anyway, what was you gonna say, Aubrey?
But if
So
you don't
are we referring to like the grapefruit things?
Are we
Or,
talking about
like,
eating pussy? Because does it help people? Because I don't mind if they lose a lot of weight with me.
I'm not sure because that's not my forte. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all are tripping. Y'all are tripping. I'm so okay. I'm gonna stand alone in my freaky bubble.
Not at all. I'm talking shit, sis. I'm talking shit. Okay, y'all. We're gonna move this thing right up.
No, there's look. Quatina got the
What's up?
icicles on deck in the freezer. I know that she be melting and dripping and rubbing and licking and doing all of that stuff with her icicle.
Look, I was trying not to cause attention to her skills over there up in the corner.
Listen,
That's what I was trying not to do.
this ain't about to drip on you. Like
No. Let me tell you something. She not dripping. She catching all of. I was looking. See, okay, look. I was watching her eat the popsicle, right? and and I was like, yeah, she don't drip, because I don't drip. I understand. We Scorpios. We don't do that. We don't waste things. Anywho,
but you're a Scorpio. We'll talk about it later.
Yes, after.
we gonna kick this over to Chaz, because she gonna talk about chemicals being misplaced. And I'm not saying what we do in this. Okay, anyway, come on, Chaz. Come on, baby. Come on.
What was you about to go with this?
Nasty and more nasty.
Right, we're just about to turn the camera. I was gonna be interested. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna be interested. Let me make sure.
Right.
So we'll save it for pillow talk with Q after.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Everybody. Can't even pop. She eating popsicle right now. Greetings, everybody.
E-friend.
Greetings, everybody. Whew. Okay, we gotta get back serious. This is the show, okay? Last had a conversation mode. This is not free for all. Okay, so months ago there was 30 tons of ammonium nitrate that went missing from a train that was coming from California to I don't know when, but supposedly this is what's causing the orange skies in New York City. Supposedly because I guess when the chemical catches on fire, it produces this orange smoke, and that's what's supposed to be going on in New York. But as far as this ammonium nitrate, I feel like it's a distraction because I was on a TikTok. They said this same chemical was used in Oklahoma City bombing, and I felt that interesting because ammonium nitrate, they put this in bombs and all kind of stuff. They can use it as fertilizer for the soil and all type of stuff. But I guess while that was going on, there was 50 senators that was issued satellite phones for emergency communication. So maybe because the Wi-Fi is about to go off, like the internet is about to be shut down, supposedly. I don't know how soon that may be, but I'm just saying they're preparing for something big to go down. Hence to why these fires is getting started, orange skies, they weren't masking, shots is getting mandated and all type of stuff. I'm just saying, killers be let out on the loose. We don't even know why. You know what I'm saying? Lock your doors, all type of stuff. Just be prepared and just, be protected out here because it's a lot of stuff that's happening all at once. And what's going on now is a big distraction because why does government politicians are issuing satellite phones if
what was that word, Chaz?
Satellite phones?
Government.
Oh, okay. I said it right. I'm just speaking fast. Yeah, government. Y'all see, they be paying attention. Y'all see when you get on the spot.
Listen, they're going to catch you every time, Chaz.
It's nervous.
I was not going to say anything about the government. I wasn't. Just like I didn't say anything about prerogative earlier on the comment when they said that that's their prerogative. I ain't say nothing. I did not. I'm sorry. My friend did it.
I'm calming down next time I speak. Then y'all can talk. But yeah, I find all this just I don't want to say funny or anything like that. We already know like the UFOs or that the so-called aliens, but that's already been here and stuff like that. What's that? Oh, okay. Listen, I got sidetracked. But yeah, what are y'all thoughts on all of this that's going on? The skies, the satellite phones,
Well, I just want to say that this goes into a lot of validations that the government has been telling us for the last year, to be prepared for things that we may not normally see. And these are just a couple of things that have been coming to pass for us, so that we can thoroughly see everything that's happening. So gratitude to spirit, gratitude for governance for being able to let us know a heads up so that we can be able to look at these things and be like, okay, this is something that we have heard before. This is something that we have already pretty much talked about and was expecting. We just did not know when. The thing about it is like you said, with a lot of things that are happening, they're letting us know in small doses, and I think that, like she said, before anyone decides to do anything, they have to let you know by the law. So it is a lot that is coming to the forefront that we just need to make sure that we're paying close attention to, because yes, they could possibly introduce it to us right now, but let's say a year from now they've already perfected it, and now it is what it is. And you can also see what companies could be playing into that, aka allegedly probably Spectrum, because Spectrum always is having problems with their internet. Always. They're always pushing for their 5G connections more than other companies. A lot of companies are being bought out by bigger companies, and they're utilizing their technology so therefore they can be able to do a lot of things. So, I mean, ultimately, it's just the checklist. You just checking them off one by one, you know? But I think ultimately, in regards to what you said, is just us being a little bit more aware of the things that are happening and just being able to connect the dots. And that's all I have to say.
And I'm gonna tap in on that, Ari, because the same companies that's pushing as far as what you were saying is the same people that's pushing the shots and all that, the mandates. They all in bed with each other. All this that's going on, they all in bed with each other.
Absolutely. The same. I know it's not necessarily what we're talking about, but just to give you an example, the same people that's pushing Moderna, Pfizer, is the same people that's sponsoring your ABC, NBC News, your those type of things. So what you say makes a lot of sense.
Can I say something to that, Carbon? So, okay, I was raised in the neighborhood that I'm in, right? So the neighbor, Quartiers met the neighbors before. There's a lady across the street where and nobody was home when I would come home, she would be there to make sure that I was good. So she gets, you know how they give the donations at the churches? So she gets them, they deliver them. I don't know how what the service is, but she always gives it to us, and I don't know how to say it. Just in case you're watching, I love it. Gratitude. I appreciate the gifts. But I was noticing on one pack that it said packaged by AstraZeneca. It was a pack of macaroni and cheese. And AstraZeneca is a pharmaceutical company. It was a plastic bag, like a sealed, but it was like, when you take like a bag, like a cereal bag out the box, it was just the bag part. And there was a sticker on there that said packaged for, and then they had the name of whatever the service is, and it said by AstraZeneca. So when you're talking about all of these things, Chaz, and what Carbon just said, it is so intertwined. And even to think about what you were saying with the skies and the what they saw on the streets when it washed away, that not being seen necessarily in Canada, and then the sky's clearing up, and all of a sudden the lights are shining through, shining. Add it to the book. Shooting through the. See, I add myself to the book. Shooting through the sky, and all of these different things are happening. That the airplane or whatever went missing. All of these things. It's all. They're not airplane. It was a government UFO, whatever you want to call it, unidentified flying object, whatever. But all of these things are so intertwined. But that really, like, if your family's getting donations, go check those bags. Go and check those bags and see exactly who. Lamar, going carbon.
I was gonna be messy.
Look. Okay, y'all.
I screenshot it for you, like I just let me screenshot it.
Lamar is a mess, y'all. Y'all don't even know. Lamar's ass is a mess in these chats. Okay. Anywho, bruh.
In this chat in there, we heard you say his ass. I'm trying to put the chat in there.
See, what had happened was, that's a nigga splaining. That's nigga splaining.
I saw last week he's trying to get your goodies. I saw it last week. He's trying to get your goodies.
My goodies, not my goodies. Hey, okay. Okay, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it to a panel because we ain't got much time. I'm gonna bring it to a panel vote.
We have, let me see real
Which
quick,
one
Corbin. We have the panel reading validations.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Quatita rushing the children to the grave. Genome rant.
Don't worry about mine.
CBS shots Malika, and then Chaz, the Orange East Coast Air.
Well, you're the only one that hasn't spoke, so I'm just saying.
Oh, I too, man. So Kira.
I'm just saying. You the only one that ain't really did your story. Everybody else didn't say a little something.
And this is probably gonna ruffle some feathers amongst the YouTube streets. So, we ready?
You ready?
Aubrey's was make sense, which was going to roll into mine. So I'm gonna briefly.
I can show the picture because I got it on my other phone.
Okay.
I'm prepared. Okay, so give me a second to pull it up.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say what your story was. It's called Make It Make Sense, but it's a picture of a Melanin boy who he's holding up his diploma as well as a pistol, a gun, a weapon, some artillery.
Oh shit! Wait a minute, hold on. All right, honey, we got a girl. He look about 16, 17, just graduated from high school with a AK 47 in his hand, honey. He is out here. He's celebrating the fact that he, has graduated high school, but at this point, he's sitting with this gun in his hand, and I'm trying to understand why.
School of the streets.
Pick a struggle.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But I can say
Make it make sense.
I can say the same for John Morant in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Why waving these guns while you're in the NBA?
Listen, don't get Jose Testy talking about his man.
Don't do that, Chaz. I almost had to jump through the screen on you.
Did you see him stand up? He sat up. Don't talk about his man like that.
Don't do that.
You need to have
That's one off limits. You don't understand.
Look, brother got hostile. Did you see brother down there? He got hostile. Like baby boy said,
I ain't knocking the talent, but he a little, you know what I'm saying? You need to have a talk with him, Jose. You getting up out your chair. You getting out the chair for the wrong one, baby. Yeah.
Okay, well, so my story was going to follow Aubrey's story because over the weekend there has been many YouTube fights in the YouTube streets, but there was an actual fight that was where two of YouTube people they decided they were going to meet up at a park and they were going to fight and to come to blows. And one person came by herself because that's what she came to do. She came to whoop some ass. And the other person came with 6 people. And I think 3 of those people were her fucking children. In which her 15-year-old son jumped into the mix of the fight and threw some jabs. And apparently there's videos where they were holding the one person down and allowing the children to fight and kick and all this other shit. And I said, why are we rushing our children to the grave? Because you did not know if she had, I don't care if she pulled up by herself, you did not know if people were going to circle the block, pull into the park, block shit off, spray shit up, and now all of your children are gone. Like, I'm trying to understand, why would you bring your children? Now, if we're just out and some shit jump off, my daughter might jab you in your shit. I get that. But for me to bring my children to an altercation is out of the fucking question, bro.
Well, that's because you love your child genuinely. You know what I'm saying? It's the difference between those skits we see where they be like, "I'm about to go fight." You know what I'm saying? And they be like, "Put your shoes on." You know what I'm saying? That's totally different from actually, like you said, putting your children's life at risk. Because, like you said, you don't know what these motherfuckers got. You know what I'm saying? That's equivalent to when they went to old boy's house to try to beat him up or shoot him or whatever. And when he came out, he sprayed everybody and killed everybody, and he was untouched. It's the same equipment. Like, you never know. I agree with you, governess. Absolutely. Like, why are we rushing for our children to get to these graves? Because people are crazy.
Like,
Absolutely
who's that
insane.
picture of the boy with the fucking diploma and the, like, who, what?
Right. Who didn't pull him aside and say that's inappropriate? Come on, Ops.
Unfortunately, you have people that are well over in their 30s, utilizing social media as if it is high school. And for you to even think that because you started some shit, because you said some shit, because you pissed somebody off and you done roused somebody up, that your children should fight on your behalf, shame on you.
And
Because
then
if that
apparently,
person,
Aubrey, in the video, someone said that they had a gun. There was a gun present.
the children?
One of the people that were with the people with the children.
Girl, get the fuck
And
out
she
of
was
here.
pregnant. The one with the
No,
gun was pregnant.
no, absolutely not. It's getting out of hand. It's like, choose a struggle. If whatever a person is basically indicating about you, if you feel like, I don't know why I feel like that, I keep reminding myself, I can't even think about the phrase now, but it's something that the counselor used to say in elementary school about people talking about people. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if you understand, you understand. Anyway, why are we pushing the children to be violent when at the end of the day they're already battling violence against each other? Kids are not even making it past 15, 16, let alone with each other because of gun violence. So you bringing your children, all 3 of them, they could have easily been shot, killed, destroyed, all that. And you're doing nothing but creating another trauma-fulfilled moment. It's sad, it's ridiculous, and it's just basically, yeah, if you feel like that was a great choice that you did, then you're going to be the mother that's going to be burying all of your children, and should nobody feel sorry for you either. If it happens, it happens. Because guess what? You decided to make that decision and bring them into that toxic energy where somebody felt that they could not control themselves and take the life. It's ridiculous. That's all I got to say about it.
No, I totally get what you're saying. Totally get it. Totally get it. Anybody else want to touch on this? Come on, Malik Lake.
So I sat with this for a little bit, and it took me a second after the anger that I was feeling internally to realize that this is probably all that you know. This probably seems like camaraderie to you. This is probably what family looks like to you. And that is not a good thing. There's so many cases that we see where it's the innocent individuals that end up losing their lives. The young girl who just a few weeks ago was unalive trying to break up a fight. She wasn't involved in the fight. She attempted to break it up and she ended up getting unalived. She was shot. Her parents are on the news crying, trying to make a difference in their community now because she was working to break up the fight. We saw it with Oscar Grant. It was Oscar Grant, right? At the train station when his friends got into the fight and then he ended up being the one to lose his life. We see it time and time again. The friend who tries to save her friend from the abusive situation ends up losing her life. The friend who didn't really want to go, but her friends who will put her down because she's not going out and make her feel crazy about it. She goes out that one night and she ends up taking the stray bullet. It happens time and time again. And so what I would like to say is that really analyze how you would feel in the aftermath. Don't be reactive, be proactive. Sit and look at your children, your offspring, and really think to yourself, do I want to put them in a circumstance where I will still be here and they will be gone? Mothers make decisions all the time that put their children in harm's way. And I feel for the mamas who make the bad decisions and have to live with the demise of their children being their blood on their hands, because I couldn't live with myself. And if you don't have those feelings, then there is work to be done. Because why would you ever feel the need to put how do you even pack the babies into the car? Nobody from there to there says to themselves, nah, you know what, turn around and drop the kids off because this ain't for them. Not one person. Then you have to ask yourself, what kind of company are you keeping if not one person talked you out of bringing your children into a space of demise? And what situations will those friends put your children in when you're not present? Are you going to be mad about it? I don't think you should, because you were willing to do the same. There's so many levels to this, but it all has to do with the fact that this is not okay. This is not okay, and analyze it, make some changes. I'm not going to judge you. We're not going to joke on you. We're not going to do any of that. It's a serious concern. It's not it's not picking on anybody. It's a serious concern from individuals who really care about the well-being of your children. Why does this keep happening?
I'm going to judge them, Malika. So, okay. But yeah, I'm going to, because I'm judging you. I'm not going to call you out your name. I've seen a whole bunch of people calling her out her name and going really, really bad on her. But I feel like it's a sad ass situation that's what you teaching your children. And I'm much like Lish. Why are you teaching your son to hit women? And there was a point that was made and said, would you want your daughter dating him? Absolutely the fuck not. I don't want to be in a society with the monsters that are being raised that way.
But Quasita, that's not judgment. That's the truth.
Facts.
That's not judgment. That's for me. Me personally,
whatever it is.
I don't feel
call
like
a spade a fucking spade. It is what it is.
That's the truth. And if anyone is really honest with themselves and sits with themselves, no matter how they felt in that moment, they would say, "Damn, yeah, that was kind of fucked up of me." Even if they wouldn't admit it to anybody else, that is just the truth. You do not put your children in harm's way. You do not bring your babies to fight your battle unless we all rallying and getting together to fight against something that's socioeconomic or some shit. But even then, there's times and places where you know there's going to be a certain level of chaos and you leave the children back. Somewhere along the lines, it got blurred. I don't know.
Out of all the parents I know, even the fucked up ones, they're not going to put their babies in harm's way. Okay? Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So for you to put your child in that kind of predicament, that just says a lot about you as an individual. Again, I know some fucked up parents. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I know fucked up parents. I know good parents. I know in between parents. But all the parents that I do know, they're not gonna put their children in a situation we're talking about. Not consciously. You know what I'm saying? Not consciously.
It's different when somebody is like breaking up something and like, don't fight my mom, and they're protecting the mother. But when you're talking about deliberately bring your ass on because we about to go fight, no.
Absolutely. You all, it has been a wonderful, 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 wonderful show. We've had fun. Hopefully you all have had fun. But it's time to bring this thing to an end. So, like always, don't trust no genome, don't trust no G Night. Until the next time, we will see you later. Solitude de Wa, y'all. Much love.